Now the Akaso Brave 7 LE is a new native 4K action camera. It has a front screen and a rear screen, similar design concept as the DJI Osmo Action, but this one costs only £139. But is it any good, and how does it compare to the GoPro Hero 7, Akaso V50X and the Akaso Brave 6 Plus? So welcome back to the channel. I'm Chigz and I hope you all are having an amazing day. So lots of accessories are included in the box. You have a watch remote, two 1350 mAh batteries with a dual battery charger, and lots of other bits and pieces to play around with. Now the camera itself comes with a waterproof case which supports up to 30-meter depth. And if I remove it from the case, you will see the camera itself. So this is the Akaso Brave 7 LE. It's made from a rubberized plastic material. It does feel quite rugged in the hands. It reminds me of the GoPro Hero construction. Now this is a native 4K action camera supporting up to 4K at 30 frames per second with electronic image stabilization, and you can take 20 megapixel photos. Now the benefit of having a front screen is so you can frame your selfies and videos and see in real time exactly how the shot is going to look, meaning that this action camera is going to be quite useful for vlogging. So if you're a beginner thinking to start a vlog, this camera can shoot 4K at 30 frames per second with pretty decent video quality and image stabilization. Now on the back you have a 2-inch touchscreen and also a small screen on the front. And to switch to the front screen you do need to keep the mode button pressed for a few seconds, so only one screen can be active at any one time. And at the top you will find your mode button, microphone hole and shutter button. And on the side you will find a speaker and also a latch which has a mini HDMI port and also a micro USB charging port. Now on the opposite side you will find a single power button, and at the bottom of the device you have a tripod screw thread and the battery compartment, inside which you will also find your micro SD card slot. Now the camera itself is weatherproof and has an IPX7 water resistant body, which means you can shoot videos in the rain and it can also survive splashes of water. However, if you want to go swimming, then you need to use the included waterproof case. This action camera also has built-in Wi-Fi and a supported smartphone app called Akaso Go, which supports both Android and iOS devices and will allow you to control all functions of this camera directly on your smartphone. Now time to check out some 4K at 30 FPS video samples. Now the colors and contrast and even dynamic range look pretty good to me, and the image stabilization is on and is actually quite good. I am holding the camera in my hand, so freehand video recording, and the stabilization is not bad at all. Now in case you're wondering, here is some 4K 30 footage with image stabilization off. So video still looks pretty detailed, but there is some noticeable shake, but considering I'm holding this freehand, it's actually not bad at all. Now when shooting 1080p at 60 frames per second, the quality has dropped down quite considerably to the point that it looks more like 720p and not full HD. Now video is still clear, but there is almost a grainy effect going on, so definitely not as good as shooting in 4K. Now we have a similar experience when shooting 2.7K at 60 FPS. The colors and overall video quality looks more like a VHS or 720p quality. It might be clear and stable, but it's definitely not looking like a 2.7K quality video by today's standard. Now Akaso are quite secretive about their image sensor and chipset information, so I guess we have to do a few comparisons, beginning with Akaso Brave 7 LE versus the Brave 6 Plus. So we are shooting 4K at 30 frames per second. You have a slightly higher contrast in the 7 LE, but the 6 Plus actually reproduces more of a natural color. So there's not a lot between them. You've got quite similar results, but overall the grass looks slightly greener and the garage looks slightly bluer in the Akaso 7 LE. But if we talk about electronic image stabilization, then the Akaso 6 Plus video definitely looks a lot more stable, and in the 7 LE footage you will actually notice some jitters here and there. So this is a quick microphone test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Microphone test 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a quick microphone test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Microphone test 1, 2, 3, 4. So now the GoPro Hero 7 goes head to head with the Akaso 7 LE. I guess I just wanted to see how they fare. Was never expecting the 7LE to be better than the GoPro, but let's see how much they do differ. So we have a wider crop on the GoPro. I guess I should have matched the similar aspect ratio, but nevertheless both shooting 4K 30. The stabilization looks like it doesn't exist on the 7LE when compared to the GoPro's ultra smooth stabilization. So let me know what you guys think. One camera is £139 and the other one is around 300. So which one do you prefer? So quick outdoor audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Outdoor audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4. So quick outdoor audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Outdoor audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here is a quick 4-way comparison between 3 Akaso cameras and 1 GoPro. Now all the cameras are shooting 4K at 30 frames per second, and I really like how the Brave 6 Plus and the V50X are showing pretty decent image stabilization, whereas the 7LE is not that great. Now the actual 4K footage looks pretty decent on all 4 cameras. What do you guys think? Now the Akaso 7LE can shoot 20 megapixel photos, and most photos that I took look pretty good. However, on occasion you will notice this unnatural fisheye type of wideness, which I did not notice while shooting in video mode. So maybe changing the field of view to a more narrow setting might help, but with the default settings, this is how the 20 megapixel shots look. So there you have it guys, that was the Akaso Brave 7LE. So once again we have a similar situation with a brand new Akaso action camera where the 4K video quality is pretty good and all the other resolutions are not that great and the audio is just not good enough. Now it seems like this new model has a worse microphone than the previous models. In fact, if you already have the Akaso V50X or the Akaso Brave 6 Plus, then I would not call this camera a upgrade. However, if you do not have an action camera, then the Brave 7LE is a pretty good camera with a water resistant body, dual cameras, great for vlogging and decent 4K video playback, and also decent 20 megapixel photos. So here is my top action camera chart for 2020, where you will find the Akaso 7LE ranked at position 9. Now Akaso really needs to improve the internal microphone quality with a firmware update, and also try and give us support for an external microphone, then that would certainly change things in the rankings. Bottom line, a very interesting new design, and I do appreciate Akaso's efforts in trying to produce a cheaper alternative to the DJI Osmo Action. But when making an action camera designed for vlogging, the audio quality should be a priority. Now what I really wish Akaso would do is produce another camera with exactly the same design and features, but instead give us a really good quality 1080p sensor with equally good audio. Then I'm sure this would be an instant winner. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a brilliant day. I'll see you guys in the next one.